With a playoff berth locked up, the question arises, will the Rams even try Sunday? LAFC's defense takes a second ugly loss, and USC actually adds to its wide receiver room, and we're going to catch up with the roster after the transfer portal. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. So it is January 3rd, 2024. Once again, we're adding multiple subscribers to the Angeleno Familia. We are approaching 600 subscribers. I'm very thankful for everything that you do to support this show, and I'm going to do my best to keep you informed. If you like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. I do try to reach back to you guys when you do. Before we go through the news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. Oh boy. Toronto 3, Kings nothing. My wife, God love her, she was watching the Meg 2 on Netflix while I was watching the game on ESPN+. Jason Statham and zero emotional range. Kings, zero offense. We can all debate who had the worst time last night. Meanwhile, today, Miami is at the Lakers at 7 o'clock. Rui Hachimura is out for the game. D'Angelo Russell is considered doubtful. LeBron James is considered iffy, but all will pay. Let's look on the bright side. Jaime Jaquez Jr. might be coming back to play for Miami. Clippers are at the Suns at 6 o'clock. At least the Clippers are at a state of homeostasis. No injuries to report, not even to Kawhi Leonard. Stanford is at UCLA at 6 o'clock, and Cal will be at USC at 7, which matters. The Trojans have to win sometime, wouldn't you say? They're 0-2 in the Pac-12. So the Rams have damn near nothing to play for. Not on Sunday. I mean, the best they can do is hold on to the 6th seed. Big whoop, right? Worst case, they fall to the 7th seed. Either way, they're in the wild card round next week, and they'll be on the road. Doesn't matter what happens. And they'd be the underdog. So for that matter, by the way, also with damn near nothing to play for, are the San Francisco 49ers, the Rams' opponent. They have the top seed locked up. What do they care? So the question then becomes, which team will rest more starters to be healthier for a playoff run? San Francisco already took a step. They've benched Christian McCaffrey with a calf injury. Sure. LA, meanwhile, has signed quarterback Dresser Wynn, which in turn is going to lead to speculation whether Matthew Stafford will be playing on Sunday. Not that it could be Wynn, of course. I'm just suggesting it could be Carson Wentz. They also added a wide receiver, Tyler Johnson, to the 53-man roster. Could that lead to a illness benching? Now, the following is going to be pure speculation on my part. The Rams aren't going to be playing at home again this year, right? That playoff game next week will be their third consecutive road game. Winning back-to-back on the road in the NFL is a very tall order. But what about back-to-back-to-back? So because of that stretch of nothing but road games, I am wagering that the Rams are going to play it super safe in San Francisco and barely show up. And I don't blame them. They have bigger fish to fry. They're the ones with the tougher road to hoe in the playoffs. Now, we've spent a lot of time talking about the amazing Rams rookie class, right? Because the Rams have already exceeded virtually everybody's expectations. I can still go back through my email and show you people who were swearing on a stack of Bibles that they thought the Rams were basically tanking for Caleb Williams. And I don't blame them for thinking that. We spent a lot of time talking about the resurgence of Matthew Stafford, the brilliance of Aaron Donald. But here's the little thing to keep in mind. Linebacker Ernest Jones has had an absolutely terrific year. He broke the franchise record for tackles in a season. He has 145 with one game to go. And that is amazing Because you consider the Rams went into this particular season wondering how they were going to replace the leadership, the steadiness, the professionalism, and the numbers of tackling machine Bobby Wagner. Do you remember that? Jones was like a second-year player at that point. He's like, man, I'm going to soak up as much I can from Wagner. I'm going to be a total sponge, and I'm going to apply it. And he damn sure did. Franchise record for tackles. Kudos to that guy. Over at LAFC, let's be real. It was inevitable that the band wouldn't come back completely together. There were a lot of players that were coming up out of contract, right? And we already knew that Giorgio Chiellini retired like a couple of days after MLS Cup. But now the back line is taking another hit. Diego Palacios is headed to Brazil. Now, Palacios was an MLS All-Star in 2022, an Ecuadorian who spent 4 years out in LA. He's going to be heading to Corinthians. That's in Brazilian's top flight soccer league. This creates a second, just gargantuan hole in the Black and Gold's back line. Two of their starting defenders from MLS Cup 2023, gone, just like that. And by the way, there are rumors, and let's temper this by saying the international soccer press is extremely unprofessional. Their rumors are even stupider than the ones our reporters come up with about the Dodgers. But there are rumors that Carlos Vela is being courted by a team in La Liga. Whether that's true or not, kind of skeptical. But it is an upgrade, La Liga, I would say that. And I do have to add a little something about MLS and free agency and transfer windows as well, because it doesn't matter if it's LAFC or my beloved LA Galaxy. This is another issue that is inevitably going to be the result of when you have an even more truncated offseason. You have fan bases, both for the Galaxy and LAFC, who are just desperately scrolling through Twitter in a panic for any names because they have both massive holes on their roster. And not just the LA teams, but across the league. And they have mere weeks to fill them, as opposed to coming up on 3 months, which would be the normal case. It should be 3 months, not 2. But you can thank the league for having this slavish devotion to this stupid Leagues Cup. This is the inevitable result. USC has added a wide receiver from the transfer portal, Jaden Richardson of Tufts. It's a hell of an upgrade for Richardson, if not for USC, I will tell you that. Tufts is a Division III program, and I know rules change, but the last time I saw a Division III football game, those teams weren't even allowed to offer scholarships. So I'm not going to BS you guys. This isn't exactly like landing Jordan Addison, but so be it. And I was looking at that name, and I'm sitting there thinking, we've had a lot of movement going on in the transfer portal over at USC. Not only that, we've also had a number of players declare for the NFL draft. So without going through 80-something, 90-something names, let's just take a moment and just look at an overall state of USC football after this transfer portal wave. 16 players are gone via the portal, not counting the ones who declared for the draft. None of the players who entered the portal made an impact last year, in my opinion. Now, you could argue that linebacker Tackett Curtis could make an impact as soon as this year. You could damn sure make the argument that quarterback Malachi Nelson could make an impact this year. I don't deny that. But they did not make a massive impact with the Trojans in their 1 year in LA. Meanwhile, 9 players came in, okay? People have talked a lot about quarterback, obviously, with Nelson leaving, with Caleb Williams, although he hasn't officially declared, Caleb Williams very likely going to the NFL. But if it were me, I believe the area of need for this team is actually running back, because they have 1 senior, 2 freshmen, and a high school recruit. So if it isn't going to be the senior, you've got an extremely young running back room over at USC. They still have 8 receivers. They still have 6 tight ends, 15 offensive linemen. So if you're looking offensive overall and you hand the keys over to Miller Moss and you really liked what you saw from Miller Moss in the Holiday Bowl, it's running back. Running back is the need. Meanwhile, over on the defensive side of the ball, you're looking at 10 defensive linemen, 7 edge rushers. But let's be honest with ourselves. DeAnton Lynn doesn't exactly have the size and the speed up front that he inherited when he was originally hired by UCLA. You have numbers. They have recruited size. I don't necessarily see this as a serious pass rushing threat. I don't. 7 linebackers, and obviously for whatever reason, the Trojans very much made upgrading defensive back a target, a goal in the portal. They have 19 of them. So there's your roundup right there. A general sense of things going on at USC. I'm not looking forward to this next topic that much. Ever since the first episode of Faithful Angelenos a couple of years ago, I have been just swatting away pointless Lakers rumors because that is one of the main things. You want to talk about what eats up bandwidth? It's not social media, it's craptacular Laker rumors. Scribes swearing to us that it was only a matter of time before the Lakers would land Kyrie Irving. They were pushing that rumor on us for more than 2 years before they finally found out he got traded to Dallas. Oh, any day now, it's going to happen. The Lakers are going to land that third superstar. And we're still getting that crap. We are still getting that crap. But it's not about Kyrie now. It's going to be about other people. So, as you know, over the last few months, I compiled a big-ass list of craptacular Dodgers rumors, just to show you how thirsty the scribes are. Way thirstier than the divorced mom with 3 kids trying to find a new man. More thirstier than a teenager desperately trying to impress somebody at the school. Something like that. So, the debut of the Lakers are definitely trying to trade for list. In the lower corner, it will grow. Zach LaVine, DeJounte Murray, and Draymond Green. Let's just say they're not going to get any of them. Let's just call it what it is. But that list will grow over the next few weeks. Josina Anderson is an NFL insider for CBS Sports. She is reporting that her sources indicate the Chargers will simultaneously introduce a general manager and a head coach. Now, I'm not saying that they have either, and neither is she, right? What I'm saying is that the Chargers are trying to take care of a complete rebuild in one fell swoop. There are any number of things that you could read into that. It could mean that they interview, for example, Bill Belichick. And then they go to Bill Belichick and say, look, in order for you guys to work together, who do you want as a GM? Or it could literally be the absolute opposite. They think the GM is more important. They sit this prospect down and they say, look, this is our list of potential coaches. Who do you want? Who will work best with your vision? So that's just a little bit of input as to what the Chargers are allegedly thinking. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me for a moment about how seriously you think the Rams should take the game against San Francisco. It is a rivalry, but nobody's playing for anything. What about LAFC? What the hell are they going to do? And for that matter, USC. What do you like about this roster as opposed to last year? And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Quien Corte El Queso production. Take care.